And today on Crime Watch Daily, shocking video of a serial child abductor stalking and then snatching young girls. Today on Crime Watch Daily.
Welcome to the KTLA 5 News at 7. Good morning, I'm Frank Buckley.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Holmes. Happening now, a massive show of support for the family of Sergeant Steve Owen as hundreds begin to gather for the deputy's memorial service.
Donald Trump facing a slew of new allegations this morning that he groped and kissed women as Hillary Clinton's campaign comes under fire for allegedly mocking Catholics.
And getting through security at LAX is about to get faster. How you could soon scoot past the slowpokes.
And it could be the most epic tattoo of all time. Or is it a sign of the times? Scott's coming up.
But first, let's get to Ginger for a check of the traffic. Good morning.
Hi, guys. Yes, good morning to you as well. I would say that we were off to a good start, but it has been very tough. But some of the news is getting better. Mark Hono is in Sky 5 HD, and this has been a tough ride also, Mark.
It sure has. The 10 freeway really suffering this morning. At least 2 to 3 points along the 10 freeway. This particular one is in Baldwin Park, the westbound side of the 10. Right before the 605 freeway, looks like 2 or 3 cars might have gotten together here. The HOV lane is what is blocked at this point with the serious backup starting at about 20. Ginger?
Yeah, and you know what? It was already a really tough ride. There was also something earlier right at the 710 freeway. Well, let's take you to a spot where the traffic is trying to recover, still on the 10, but way farther east of where Mark is. 10 freeway, the westbound side of Monte Vista, or just past Central. You see the CHP officer. He is going to the right lanes, and all those lanes have reopened after a terrible fatality crash investigation. And that's when, of course, we had those lanes blocked for some time. The 60 is still tough as well. I'll send it over to you, Mark.
All right, good morning, everybody, and we are looking at a beautiful day today, but this morning was the very first day I could really feel that cold snap in the air when I got in my car. It was chilly this morning, down to 51, absolutely freezing. Otherwise, though, we could expect to have some pretty good-looking weather. Temperatures anywhere from 80 to 57. That is for the Los Angeles area, 73 to 62. Orange County, inland, partly cloudy, and those temperatures ranging anywhere from 63 to 76. And we start out with 56 all the way up to 80 for the San Fernando Valley. Full details coming up in a moment.
Hundreds of people are expected to attend this morning's funeral for LA County Sheriff Sergeant Steve Owen in Lancaster.
Both the governor and the attorney general say they will be there as well. Owen was killed in the line of duty last week while responding to a burglary. KTLA 5's Chris Burrows is live with more. Chris.
Good morning to you. Last hour was 100 law enforcement vehicles. We're now counting more than 300. Just take a look at the sea of law enforcement vehicles behind me here, stretching this entire block in front of the sheriff's substation here in Lancaster. We're going to pan to the left, and you'll see the lineup as they're gathering on their motorcycles there, and then panning to the left, and you continue to see another line of motorcycles. This is going to be an incredibly strong show of love, support, and respect for the sergeant, and the procession will begin at 8 o'clock this morning. Let me show you some pictures we just took here. Look at this here. As you watch, you see law enforcement agencies from all over Southern California. You look at the sides of the vehicles and you see how far representatives have traveled from, we are told, every single department in the state, not just police, but also fire suppression agencies, district attorney's office. This sergeant knew a lot of people and was well loved. There's a reason why so many are here to show their respects today.
We're all brothers and sisters in this, and it's important to pay our respects.
We all, get involved in this line of work, to help people, and unfortunately, some of us pay the ultimate sacrifice. And the least that we can do for our department is to, put on the honor guard uniform and, show our respect and honor to Sergeant Owen.
It's going to be one very special moment during the service. It's going to be a riderless horse. It's Steve Owen's own horse that will be participating in the service. We're here near Edwards. Very appropriately, there will be a missing man flyover as well. Taps, the flag presentation, the bagpipes, a 21-gun salute. And let me show you this as well. This is the largest park in Lancaster, and the mayor of Lancaster, Rex Parris, says he's asking the city council next week to rename the park in the sergeant's honor. We'll be hearing a lot today, much as we have for the last week, about the quality of this man.
The word icon is very cliche, and it's thrown around a lot in today's culture, and he is Lancaster Station.
This is a map of the road closures that are in effect this morning. Maybe a little bit of trouble to get around, but certainly isn't it worth it to pay respects this morning. Procession starts at 8 o'clock. We're going to be moving to the east to the church where the services begin at 10. We're told services will last about 2 hours. That's our latest live in Lancaster. Chris Burrows, KTLA 5 News.
Chris, thank you. 2 people rescued after their boat capsized near Marina del Rey. The incident reported at about 9 o'clock last night when the boat crashed against a break wall. The sheriff's department says the unlucky pair were trying to catch lobsters. The lines from their traps got caught in the propeller, causing the boat to go out of control. 2 appeared uninjured, but they were taken to the hospital as a precaution.
SoCal Edison blames a wiring error at a substation for a power outage that triggered a flaring at a refinery in Torrance earlier this week. The outage left about 100,000 customers without power. It knocked the refinery offline, but the refinery's owner says safety systems worked perfectly, and the flaring reduced excess gases and built up pressure. Residents and officials are concerned. This is the 3rd outage following a major explosion in February.
We have to get the grid specifically strong enough, stable enough so that the refinery can continue operation without these terrible interruptions.
Residents say they're concerned about increased pollution. The flarings will continue on and off through October 19th.
Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump blasting a New York Times article in which 2 women say he groped them.
Trump calls the article fiction. KTLA's Mark Mester is here. Mark, good morning.
Yeah, Frank and Jess, good morning. Donald Trump now responding after those 2 scathing reports, one by the New York Times, one by People magazine. We should point out there's another by the Palm Beach Post. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, let's get to the backstory. We're talking about the New York Times. They published a brand new report where 2 women claim that Trump touched them inappropriately. Jessica Leeds is one of the victims' names. She says this happened 35 years ago, and she claims that Trump's hands were all over her. Here is what she claims.
He was like an octopus. It was like he had 6 arms when he started putting his hand up my skirt. And that was it.
Trump is also facing allegations this morning from an article appearing in People magazine and also the Palm Beach Post, where a reporter says that she was physically attacked by Donald Trump at his Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach. Looking at footage of the property right there. This reportedly happened back in 2005 while the reporter was covering Trump's 1-year wedding anniversary with his now wife, Melania. And brand new this morning, Trump has responded via Twitter. He calls the New York Times piece a total fabrication. You can see it in the tweet right there. And his latest tweet goes after People magazine. He writes, quote, "Why didn't the writer of the 12-year-old article mention the, quote, incident in her story? Because it did not happen." Now the very latest on Hillary Clinton, her campaign continuing to deal with fallout from those leaked emails. The latest involved her campaign chairman, John Podesta, who had his account hacked, and the files were published by WikiLeaks. The emails apparently show the inner workings of the Clinton campaign. Emails showing advisors mocking Catholics and Southerners. They called Bernie Sanders supporters self-righteous, and they even called party leaders like former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson needy Latinos. Donald Trump went on the attack following this email dump. The Clinton campaign responded.